Today we're diving into a list of 7 Harley Davidson motorcycles that just aren't moving off dealership floors. This means you have a great chance to grab them for a fraction of the price. Let's kick things off. First up at number 7, we have the Harley Davidson Sportster 883 Iron. This bike is often seen as the perfect entry point into the Harley world thanks to its straightforward and minimal design. It really captures the iconic rebellious spirit that Harley is famous for. Its compact frame and accessible power make it a solid choice for new riders eager to dive into Harley history without emptying their wallets. Equipped with an air-cooled Evolution engine, the 883 Iron pumps out 53 horsepower and 54 lb-ft of torque. While it may not be the powerhouse of the Harley lineup, it's enough for city commuting and casual rides. With a sleek, stripped-back look featuring all-black finishes, a solo seat, and drag-style handlebars, it has a distinctive and bold appearance. However, it's not without its drawbacks. The 3.3-gallon fuel tank can be limiting, requiring frequent gas station stops during longer rides. Plus, the stiff suspension is more about style than comfort, making road bumps more noticeable. Some riders seeking greater power might find it lacking, especially when considering the fierce competition. Within Harley's own lineup, models like the Softail Standard offer a better performance-to-price ratio. There's also competition from brands like Indian and Yamaha, which provide similar or superior performance with modern features, often at more appealing prices. At a price point of $9,009, the 883 Iron finds itself in a tricky spot, not quite budget-friendly, and not powerful enough to fully warrant its cost. This has made it hard for dealers to sell, as many riders are leaning towards either high-performance bikes or cheaper alternatives. As a result, plenty of Sportster 883 Irons remain unsold, primarily attracting collectors or fans of its vintage look. But if you think this model has had a hard time finding its footing, just wait until you see our next bike, one that's taken bold design choices to the extreme, sparking debate and differing opinions like no other. Let's keep going. Let's dive into the world of Harley Davidson, with a focus on a couple of standout motorcycles that haven't quite hit the mark in sales, but offer some serious power and style. Starting with the Fat Bob, this bike is known for its heart, literally. It's powered by the Milwaukee 817 engine, which churns out 92 horsepower and 112 lb-ft of torque, perfect for zipping through city streets or cruising on the highway. But what really sets the Fat Bob apart is its striking design. The rectangular LED headlight, chunky front forks, and dual exhaust pipes give it a tough, industrial vibe that catches the eye instantly. Now, if you're after performance, the Fat Bob delivers with its modern technology. Features like inverted front forks and dual disc brakes mean you get excellent handling and stopping power, making it one of the most impressive cruisers in Harley's lineup. However, this bold look isn't without its critics. Traditional Harley fans often see that rectangular headlight and say it strays too far from the beloved brand's classic roots. Plus, the bike's firm suspension and aggressive seating position can make long rides a bit uncomfortable, especially for those who enjoy extended journeys. With a price tag starting at $16,999, the Fat Bob is competing in a crowded performance cruiser market. Alternatives like the Indian Chief Bobber Dark Horse and Triumph Speedmaster offer similar performance but with designs that appeal to a wider audience. To add to the mix, the Fat Bob features a 3.2-gallon fuel tank, which limits its capability for longer trips, frustrating riders who want to chase adventures without constantly stopping for gas. Dealers have found it tough to sell the Fat Bob, especially with other Harley models that deliver more traditional looks and comfort enhancements. But stay tuned, because next up is the Harley that aimed to be the ultimate hybrid motorcycle but ended up missing the mark for many. Coming up next, the Harley Davidson Street Glide ST. This bike was built to combine power and touring capability, offering riders the best of both worlds. Fueled by the robust Milwaukee 817 engine, it delivers an impressive 106 horsepower and 126 lb-ft of torque, making it one of the most powerful touring bikes Harley has ever created. With its sleek batwing fairing, spacious saddlebags, and stylish dark bronze accents, the Street Glide ST is certainly a head-turner. But how well does it truly perform in the touring arena? Let's find out. The Harley Davidson Pan America Special represents Harley's daring leap into the adventure touring scene, a space usually led by brands like BMW and KTM. This motorcycle was crafted to be a tough, adaptable ride, ready to handle everything from smooth highways to rough off-road paths. At its core, the Pan America Special houses the powerful Revolution Max 1250 engine, capable of generating a robust 150 horsepower. This engine is coupled with advanced technology aimed at ensuring a smooth ride no matter the terrain. Features like adaptive ride height and cornering-enhanced traction control aim to provide both versatility and safety for riders. However, despite its impressive specifications and features, the Pan America Special has faced notable challenges. Its base price starts around $19,999, positioning it as a high-end option that might deter some potential buyers. The bike appeals strongly to those seeking adventure and versatility, but it also seems to sacrifice some of the comfort and user-friendliness that traditional touring riders often look for. In addition, rival models from brands like BMW, such as the R1250 GS, offer similar features and performance, often at a more accessible price point. These competitors, along with other adventure bikes on the market, create a stiff challenge for the Pan America Special as dealers strive to properly place it within the crowded landscape. Many of these motorcycles haven't moved off dealership floors as quickly as expected. This situation reflects the difficulty of merging innovation with user comfort in a market filled with options. So, if you think the Pan America Special's blend of power and adventure was ambitious, stay tuned, because the next model on our list also aimed for new heights, but stumbled in the process. With impressive horsepower and 94 pound-feet of torque, the Pan America Special makes a strong impression. This bike is packed with innovative features that enhance the riding experience. One standout is its adaptive ride height, which lowers the seat when you come to a stop, making it easier for riders of all heights to manage. In addition, it sports a 6.5-inch touchscreen that includes integrated navigation, customizable ride modes, heated grips, and an adjustable windscreen. Its strong suspension system, with electronically adjustable settings, allows it to handle various terrains with ease. However, the Pan America Special faced some skepticism when it first hit the market. Many adventure riders were hesitant to trust Harley Davidson, a brand that didn't have a deep history in the adventure bike arena. Early feedback included reports of issues with the bike's low-speed handling, electronic glitches, and a design that didn't appeal to everyone. These early challenges made it tough for the Pan America Special to compete against established models such as the BMW GS series or KTM Super Adventure. Another hurdle for this bike was its price, starting at $19,999. While it was competitive within its class, it represented a significant commitment for riders who were uncertain about Harley's reliability in this new segment. Dealers found it difficult to persuade both loyal Harley customers and experienced adventure riders to take a chance on this first-generation model. Though the Pan America Special has garnered a following and improved its reputation over time, its initial challenges led to many unsold units, illustrating the difficulties of entering a new market. But hold on. If you think the adventure touring segment was challenging, wait until you hear about the next Harley model, which aimed to redefine versatility, but ended up pushing away both cruiser and touring enthusiasts. Enter the Harley Davidson Switchback. Marketed as the perfect mix of cruiser style and touring capability, this bike promised riders the flexibility to navigate both worlds effortlessly. At its heart, it featured the twin-cam 103 engine, offering 102 pound-feet of torque, providing enough power for both highway cruising and city rides. The Switchback came equipped with detachable saddlebags and a removable windscreen, allowing riders to quickly transition from a sleek cruiser to a more functional touring bike. Starting at $6,499, it positioned itself as a budget-friendly choice compared to other Harley offerings. When thinking about larger touring motorcycles, models like the Road King or Street Glide often come to mind. These bikes are known for their lightweight design and lower seat height, making them accessible for a wider variety of riders, especially those who may feel intimidated by the full-size touring options. However, the Switchback wasn't able to truly shine in either the cruiser or touring categories it set out to target. While it aimed to be a versatile cruiser, it turned out to be bulkier and less nimble compared to Harley's sleeker options, like the Softail Slim. The design intended to accommodate detachable saddlebags ended up compromising its visual appeal, which didn't sit well with riders who prioritize style. On the touring front, its limited storage space and lack of advanced features, like an integrated infotainment system or a larger windscreen, left long-distance riders feeling underwhelmed. Additionally, the suspension system aimed to balance comfort and responsiveness, but was often deemed too rigid for long rides, leading to complaints from riders about their comfort on uneven surfaces. These issues limited the Switchback's attractiveness as a touring motorcycle, making it tough for it to find a solid footing in the market. Dealers faced obstacles in promoting the Switchback because traditional Harley enthusiasts usually opted for models that catered specifically to their needs. Meanwhile, newer riders often turned to competitors like the Indian Scout or Honda Goldwing, which delivered a more refined experience in their respective segments. As a result, many Switchbacks ended up sitting unsold, highlighting the challenges of creating a true hybrid motorcycle. But if you thought the Switchback's blend of styles was daring, stay tuned for the next bike, which aimed for high performance and became one of the most talked-about models in the Harley lineup. Up next is the Harley Davidson FXDR 114, a striking muscle cruiser that showcased a mix of drag racing aesthetics and cutting-edge engineering. Fueled by the powerful Milwaukee 8114 engine, it boasted an exhilarating 119 lb-ft of torque and 100 horsepower, appealing to riders who sought both performance and flair. With its aggressive styling, aluminum swing arm, composite fenders, and a massive 240mm rear tire, the FXDR looked like it was ready for the racetrack. When it comes to motorcycles, few brands are as well known as Harley Davidson. However, the FXDR faced an uphill battle in the market. With its forward foot controls and wide handlebars, the bike sported a drag-inspired look, making it stand out. But those lightweight components that were supposed to enhance handling put it at odds with the heavier cruisers in Harley's lineup. Despite its sleek design, traditional Harley enthusiasts found the S's modern angles jarring. The forward-leaning riding position allowed for bursts of speed, but proved uncomfortable for longer trips. A downside if you enjoy long rides. With a starting price of $8,999, it wasn't just competing against other cruisers. It was up against the likes of the Indian Scout Bobber and Yamaha VMX, which offered comparable performance at better prices. Another significant hurdle was its niche appeal. The FXDR was caught between being a cruiser and a sport bike, leaving it in an awkward position. Dealers struggled to move their FXDR inventory as it didn't resonate with a broad audience. While the bike is unique and visually striking, its polarizing design and practical limitations ultimately dampened its success. But if you thought the FXDR was a bold move, wait until you hear about the #1 entry on our list. A Harley designed to make an impression, but it had riders scratching their heads instead. Coming in at #1 is the Harley Davidson V-Rod. This motorcycle was one of Harley's most ambitious projects, created in collaboration with Porsche. The V-Rod was intended to be a high-performance cruiser that departed from the traditional air-cooled engines. Equipped with a liquid-cooled Revolution engine, it packed an impressive 120 horsepower and 84 lb-ft of torque, allowing it to zip from 0 to 60 mph in just over 3 seconds. Its futuristic design caught the eye, featuring an aluminum frame, drag-style handlebars, and a hefty rear tire. Harley aimed to challenge performance cruisers from brands like Ducati and Yamaha, signaling a shift towards innovation and speed. However, despite its cutting-edge engineering and striking appearance, the V-Rod had trouble winning over traditional Harley riders. Many were put off by its high-revving engine and quieter exhaust, which lacked the rumble they expected from a Harley. Furthermore, with a fuel tank capacity of just 3.7 gallons, it limited how far you could travel on a full tank. Long-distance riders often find themselves stopping frequently to refuel, which can be a hassle. Take the V-Rod, for instance. It's priced at $17,990 and marketed towards performance enthusiasts. However, it hasn't been able to capture the attention of the wider Harley community as hoped. This bike faced a tough challenge for dealers because it didn't quite fit with what most Harley fans expect from the brand. Today, the V-Rod remains a bit of a controversial choice. Some riders appreciate its innovative design, while many others overlook it because it strays too far from Harley's traditional roots. It's a prime example of the challenges that come with trying new things in the motorcycle industry. For more insights and discussions about bikes, be sure to subscribe and check out our other videos. We'd love to hear from you. Let us know in the comments which motorcycle you found most interesting, or share your views on Harley's current lineup. Thanks for tuning in, ride safely, and we'll catch you in the next video.